Hello, everybody, and this is Auntie. And as you can tell from the title, we're about to have a little convocation, if you will, up in this mofo. And the question for tonight is: should Auntie continue to review TLC shows or shows that are on the network? Let's talk about it, like for real, for real. I need to hear from you.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Hi, everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am here to have a little community meeting, and we're going to discuss should Auntie continue to review TLC shows. Of course, you all know that for the last 3 years, I guess 3, 4 years, I have been reviewing 90 Day Fiance. At one point, it was the highlight of my week to come out here to discuss the show with you all, to laugh, to joke, to look at these people and really, really enjoy it. But has the show gotten so dark that I should consider not doing it anymore, right? I just came out a few minutes ago, tried to do Happily Ever After, and I just wasn't able to do it. Because I did not want to recall the "foo la la" out of my mouth. It has gotten to the point where it just really is hard to do it. I know that I've heard from a lot of you all, and you're not even looking at the show anymore. So I really would like to know, what you all are thinking about in the comments. Some of your comments I may highlight. I'm going to keep my glasses on. I usually don't do that. But I really do want to have a open discussion about whether or not I should be continuing to do this. When you look at the show, right, it's a bad, case of reruns. Most of what we see on 90 Day Fiance is either dispelled on Instagram or revealed on Instagram. Some of it happens out on Twitter. It just is what it is. I have been with this network for a long time, and I have really been quite disheartened by some of the things that I've seen. A lot of you have asked me to do multiple shows that are on TLC, and I have absolutely flat out said no, because I just saw them as just a disaster waiting to happen. One of those shows was the Duggars, Seeking Sister Wives, and some more stuff. And I have generally, I've kept my mouth like really shut about a lot of these things. I've said a couple of things here and there, but I just think it's just time for me to just have the conversation with you. Really, I pulled up some articles or some things that some headliners from the fans, and different people have called for boycott, having the show shut down, having seasons cut short, and all of that kind of stuff. They've written to the network, they've tweeted about it, they've placed it on Instagram. There's certain people that they wanted off the show, and all that kind of jazz. And one of the most important things as a fan of the show that you want to know is that the network hears and understands your concerns. And I think that is probably at this point 50-50. There are certain cast members on 90 Day Fiance that they continue to run over and over again. It's nothing new, there's nothing fresh. And even if it's fresh, it gets old very quickly because you have so many different things. Like, right, you go from 90 Day Fiance, 90 Day Fiance. Hold on. Let me just read off all the shows. Hold on. Okay. Let's just go to Discovery Plus and let's just read off how many of these shows are actually on here for 90 Day Fiance. When I started, it was just 90 Day Fiance. They got 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, 90 Day Fiance, right? 90 Day Before the 90 Days. 90 Days the Other Way. What else? Let's see. 90 Day Pillow Talk. 90 Day What Now? 90 Day Pillow Talk Before the 90 Days. Pillow Talk the Other Way. 90 Day Fiance Pillow Talk. The Family Chantel. Dorothy and Stacy. Oh, Lord, jeez. B90 Strikes Back. The Family Chantel Pillow Talk. Happily Ever After Strikes Back. 90 Day Fiance Just Landed. 90 Day Fiance Self Quarantine. All right. 90 Day Fiance The Single Life. Okay, I think that's it. About time. That's it. Oversaturation. Overly saturated. For a person like myself who does 90 Day Fiance reviews, you want to come out and you want to be able to give your best. But it's hard giving your best when it's oversaturated and you're spending your whole entire life looking at the same thing over and over and over again. There are some shows on 90 Day Fiance. I mean, on TLC. I'm calling it network. There are some shows that are on Discovery Plus that I absolutely love. Thank you so much, Amber C, for the $4.99 super chat. It's obvious that TLC has become more greedy and capitalistic. It's so boring now. It's just oversaturation of the same thing over and over, and there's just absolutely nothing positive going on the show. And if it is something that is going on the show, right, it gets it you don't even appreciate that it's good because it's once you get a little bit of good out of it, it's a whole bunch of dissension and arguing and not getting along and deceit and all of that kind of stuff mixed in the middle of it. And while it used to be entertaining, after a while, when you're doing it over and over from a reviewer's perspective, and I don't know how other people feel about it, and I frankly don't give a damn. I don't care what other people feel, but every time you're saying something, it's something new. For instance, I looked at an article today on So Dirt about Angela. So we know that Angela Dean has, had a lot of stuff going on in the news, alleged DWIs, DUIs, whatever it was, just being, appearing to be disrespectful to Michael and to his culture. And then there's an article that came out a couple of days ago with a picture of Angela in a cotton freaking hospital bed with a cigarette. Now, from my understanding, from other people that see her, she's a positive person. She's a positive person. But when you see her on the screen, it's up and down. There's an edit. There have been so many cast members who have come out and said that this is fake, or I was prompted to do this, or I was encouraged to do that, and all of that kind of stuff. And after a while, it just gets to be too much. So trying to do happy ever after looking at Kolani. And let's just talk about that, right? We're going to break this down. I'm going to just go ahead on and say what's on my mind. This is a community meeting. Please feel free to join in. Most of the time, y'all don't come on here, but I'm going to put the link in the comment section for somebody that's bold enough to come on. Let's see. But it's just, there is nothing that is positive about it. So a lot of the fans were asking me, but that's about it, burnt out. Okay. A lot of people were asking me to do Seeking Sister Wives. Almost every video that I uploaded, there were people who were asking me, Auntie, can you do Seeking Sister Wives? I saw that as a train wreck from the giddy up. From the giddy up. Then you got this chick who comes on to the people's lives, because I've seen multiple lives with this woman where I couldn't even stomach what she was saying. I don't remember the chick's names, the chick name, but she coming out there, she's talking about this particular family that's on Seeking Sister Wives. She says that, she did not want to be in a that she, endured all of this stuff at the hand of this man. Yeah, volunteer for everything, bitch. Ari Joseph. Thank you. She didn't want to be a part of this, but she volunteered for everything. Help me make that make sense. Now, you don't want to say anything to it about the contrary, because, you don't want to, make the victim a victim, and you don't want to say that, oh my God, she was complicit in all of this. It looks bad to say, boof. Boof. It looks bad to be on the other side, because this is a victim, of DV, and they're coming out and they're expressing their story, and it's just not popular. It's not popular to say, you went to the house, you met this couple, they were together, you go visit this mofo, with your child. Just let me finish. You go there with your child. He proposes, you giggle and say yes. You get there, you accept his proposal with all the foolishness and fool-la-la that's going on. You go back home, you pack all your stuff up, you come up in the mofo, you're in the mofo, right? He said, I want everybody butt naked, butterball naked. This ain't a flag. But when the stuff goes south, now it's a flag. And I'm exposing my children. But see, it ain't popular for me to say that. It's not popular to tell the truth about what you see. It's not popular to say you was woken up in this mother butterball. You was agreeable and complicit to sleeping with him with the wife looking. And now all of a sudden, I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, what? He was doing all of that and you were allowing all of that and you were happy and you were shopping and you was giving them the money and you was doing all of this kind of stuff. And you got to the point, girl, where you was giving him so much money and so much ass that when it was time for you to roll out, when your common sense really kicked in, when your self-esteem, your self-dignity, and you realized that you was in a hole sinking fast, then you was broke and didn't have nothing. See, a lot of people don't, they're not ready to hear this. So the fans are so stressed out, and the fans is outraged, and they asking the company who has already invested all of this money in production and filming and travel and all of this to cut the show off. It's their bread and butter. That stuff won't supposed to come out. And then, all of a sudden, you got victim after alleged victim after alleged victim after alleged victim, but you ain't heard nothing from the man and the woman. Where's his story? And then I'm glad that you said that, because you're crying on cue, allegedly. But y'all wanted me to cover that book. You crying on cue. You went for all of this for how long? Then you got Ed. You got people like Ed. With all these allegations and stuff that's going on, he ain't going nowhere. He allegedly getting a spinoff. You ramming this stuff down our throat for entertainment. And it's not entertainment, because real life people are being affected and triggered. You got people like Baby Goat Lisa using the allegedly using the N-word. But still allegedly you filming with her. Am I missing something? Is it me? And see, why should we as YouTubers have to even go through this? And then we say we don't like the network, but we still, or we don't like some of the things that the network doing, but we still doing, messing with it. Thank you so much, Embassy, for the $4.99 super chat. I can't read that though. Can't read it, but thank you. Certain words I can't say, right? So please understand that. So I just want to bring up a couple of things, right? We're just gonna have a conversation about it, because it's on my mind and I need to talk about it, like for real. I need to talk about it. I know that YouTube is not sending out the notifications. For me, the numbers isn't important. It's important that we talk about this, right? So I just want to share a couple of articles, right, that have come out and that where people have talked about this, right? So here's one. Seeking Sister Wife, season 4 to get canceled after Dimitri and Ashley's alleged DV case. The Snowdens have been trying to court women together in the latest season of Seeking Sister Wife. However, halfway through it, the couple is tangled in a serious controversy. One of the women they were seeking, Crystalline, recently filed a DV case against Dimitri and Ashley that allegedly, I believe, was thrown out. While the case was eventually dissolved, most fans are still on her side and are waiting for the couple to address the issue. Hence, there could be a chance that TLC will cancel the upcoming episodes of season 4. Wait on it. You can wait on it, honey. Wait on it. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the fan blowing, and it's like the little air and all of that. You can see like this little stuff popping. That's what that is. That's the air. Okay, because it's hot. I remember too. Libby. But it ain't that anymore. Auntie, I'm having a juicy fruit gum moment with TLC programmer. All the juice is gone. Time to spit the tasteless gum out of our mouth. That's a read right there, Atika. Linda B says, I think one reason I watch or refuse is because you tear them up like I would if I watched it anymore. I stopped watching because I couldn't take it. LOL. It's too much. It's too much. They saying pressure from the fans, but what pressure from the fans? This couple's still airing, aren't they? With all the stuff that has been coming out, is this show still on? What season, what episode are we in with this show with the fans out here outraged by this bull crap? I can't do shows where I know I'm going to continue to read a bitch, which is why I stopped doing Real Housewives, because I did not want to feel like I was coming out week after week with that heavy bull crap on me, all that arguing and dissension among women. But now, if Portia come back, I'm gonna do it. I mean, if Phaedra come back, I'm coming back to Real Housewives. But that was one of the reasons why I stopped covering those shows, because I was like, golly, it's so heavy. Where all these daggone bugs coming from? The window, oh crap, it's a cotton free. I got these bright lights on and it's a crack in the window and a mofos is up on the ceiling. At least they ain't them big red-eyed cicadas. But I'm gonna have to address that issue. Absolutely, Asia. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing new, more and more repeats. Absolutely. Because you watch a show as a reviewer, you watch a show, you come out here, you talk about it, then they do. Oh, it's too many of them in here now. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming, y'all. Anybody know me? Know I don't play with no bugs. They coming straight through this crack in this window and this screen. Hold on, coming. Play that. They dancing around on the ceiling like it's a party up in this mother. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got spray these. There we go. Hold on, y'all, I'm coming. I don't play with nobody's bugs. Don't play with them. I'm coming. It's real life over here at Auntie's. I don't play with nobody's bugs. And they flying around here like it's a party going on from one little crack in the window. But they said, honey, we see that daggone ring light and we's coming in. Not up in this mofo. You won't live up in here with me and my daughter. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Don't lower your standards. Your audience will keep watching and supporting you because we stand by your views. Thank you so much, sweetie pie. I won't. I won't. So the fans are, asking them to, discontinue doing this show and all this all kind of stuff. And I just want them to wait on the discontinuation of the show. Because in my opinion, okay, yes, they will, James. Where's James at? Where you go? I like that comment. Hold on, James. East Coast bugs don't play. They will try to live with you if you let them. You damn right they will. I just said that, Orange Tabby. I just said I will continue reviewing my 600-pound life. So, the fans try to put pressure on them. They also try to put pressure on them on this family. Let me pull this up. So we're just going to go ahead on and talk about it. Where is it at? Pressure on TLC to cancel the shows after Josh Duggar got his tail in trouble. Look at the. What's this on the screen? What's this right here? Viewers are counting on TLC to cancel the Duggar show after his April 29th arrest for possessing stuff he wasn't supposed to have. A change.org petition, which is a waste of time, that calls for the network responsible for airing Countdown to cancel the reality show has been signed to nearly 7,000 as of Thursday. Viewers are demanding that they cancel the reality show and pull all Duggar's family programming from its website and streaming platforms. Wait on it. Wait on it. Denise, won't you have a conversation with me about that? I love you, Auntie, but I think sometimes you really blame victim, and that's not cool. Well, let me tell you something, honey. I'm a realist, okay? I ain't going to fake nothing out. I'm not blaming no victim. I've been a victim myself. I know what shoes I've walked in and all that. You really want to have a conversation? Here's a link, and let's have a conversation about it. I'm a realist. And if you're talking about the girl knew what the deal was. She knew what everything was, and she still walked her ass up in there. If this was something that was against your moral principles and something that you didn't stand for, why would you walk your ass in there? And then, like I said, now all of a sudden I'm the wrong person for saying it. Now I'm victim blaming. Call it whatever you want to call it. But if I woke up in somebody's house and he's saying that, first of all, I ain't going to be in no relationship like that. But I ain't judging nobody that does. But if I woke up in a situation and I got my child with me, my little child with me, that God has given to me to protect, to honor, to make sure that they grow up in the right way, and you tell me that I got to be ass naked up in here, I ain't going. And then what I do intimately and personally, I got to be doing it. Now all of a sudden I'm out here crying. Call it what you want to call it. Call me what you want to call me. You ain't a victim if you know. You're a victim to what you don't know. No, some of the stuff that she went through was real fucked up. But you weren't a victim to what you know. You willingly did it with your grown ass self and brought a child in it. Who could have been the victim? The child. Because the child is walking around there and she got to say, you need to put some boxes on. You can't have the mofo slinging and ringing up around here. You was bold enough to say that. You was bold enough to handle that. What happened to the rest of it? And I'm victim shaming somebody who knew what they was walking into? I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with you. Again, I do believe that there's some things that she went through that she didn't know of. But you got free will. Don't come at me with that mental capacity when you know somebody walking around their ass naked. This woman talking about how intelligent she was. She's an actress. She got this. She got that. And she didn't have no daggone jacked up mental capacity. Come on now. Let's stop acting like everybody got fucking mental illness and they just dumb as fuck. So you found love in the arms of somebody else's husband. You found arms in getting choked the fuck out. That's love. That's love. Fuck out of here. I disagree. That woman was intelligent. That ain't no dumbass woman. And that's not love. That's freaky. No, I'm just kidding. That may have been her version of love, but she don't have no jacked up mental capacity. She's sitting up there talking just as clear as day. Remember everything. Smart enough to keep text messages. I am. Evidence. But now all of a sudden she got something's wrong with her mental capacity. I'm sorry, I just gotta. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean to laugh. Ain't nothing wrong with that damn lady's mental capacity, and none of these other people. That's just like to say that. That's just like to say with this couple. Okay, so let's talk about this couple because we're gonna get on off of that because you ain't clicked the link and it is what it is, and I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. You have your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I don't agree with your opinion, and it is what it is. I don't agree with your opinion. I've not seen that woman not one time look like she was incapable of making sound decisions for herself. And then you're going to sit up there and bring your child into it. Not one, but two. But you knew it was wrong. See, it's convenient for it to be wrong when it's unpopular. When it's unpopular, now it's convenient. Now it's, yeah, because I can come out here and give you any kind of story. The situation that I went through in my life, I could come out here and twist it and make him look like a horror story. Then they said that the other woman fled the country. But ass wasn't from here. Now maybe I'm just maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know enough about it, and I really don't really care about it. I just knew that when everybody was asking me to do it, I was like, hell no. So let's look at this one. Let's see if they got a mental capacity, if something's wrong with their mental capacity. This is another couple. This supposed to be, the bomb couple, whatever, right? Everybody looking at the show. Seeking Sister Wives fans slammed Garrett for his continued treatment of Danielle, but Danielle there. So I guess Danielle weak in her mental capacity too, right? Seeking Sister Wife fans are totally over Garrick as they watch how he treats his now ex-wife Danielle. Garrick has said from the start that God had told him to enter a plural marriage several years ago. However, his action with his first wife do not reflect this religious ideology. Now Garrick is legally free to marry his sister wife Roberta so he can get a K-1 visa. It looks like Danielle will lose out on the plural marriage. After Danielle and Garrett got divorced, they traveled to Mexico to meet up and spend time with Roberta. However, while on vacation, Danielle was left to sleep alone while Garrett shared a room with the Brazilian beauty. So then what was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to be like the other one who got criticized for being in the room? Now, the other one said that, she had to be in the room with him. And now this woman right here, this man decides that he's not going to be in the room with her, but he wrong too. Now, I'm not saying that he right about anything. I'm just reading the damn article and I'm trying to make it make damn sense. Okay, well, Denise, you could have came on there without an icon. You don't have to show your face. You could come right on that link and do not show your face. But I understand, okay? Thank you, boo, for respecting me. Because I don't, I know sometimes I come off harsh and it seems like I'm combative, but really I'm not. I'm not really being combative. I'm just saying we got to look at stuff the way it is. We have to look at stuff the way it is. And these women are not, we reduce women when women become victims or put themselves in bad situations, right? Then we want to reduce the woman down to deaf, dumb, and ignorant. And we got to stop doing that. These women are not weak women or anything like that. They just in something that they think that they can win. And often as women, we like to be competitive about stuff. This is a lifestyle choice. These women didn't know how much it involves, but there is not victims, no victims. I understand what you're saying. Absolutely, I agree with that statement. The children are the only victims in this situation. Who is Lisa? Lisa, I don't want nothing coming up here, honey. Let me talk to you behind screen real quick, okay? Them things really got in here. Ooh, they got in here through that damn window. Okay, so Lisa, can you turn your mute button off? Can you unmute yourself? Okay, go ahead. You want to talk, Lisa? Lisa, can you hear me, Lisa? Hello, Lisa, can you hear me? Lisa, can you hear me? Just 1 second. Okay, so I wasn't going to bring her in, but I know that people have been doing all kinds of stuff. She probably can't find a mute button. No, she was unmuted. I just couldn't hear. Thank you, Julie. So, Lisa, if you want to try it again, just let me know, okay? I couldn't hear you. So let's go back to this article that we were sharing. Shall we? Yes, we shall. I like having conversations like this. Usually these are the real serious kind of conversations I have with my members. I like having conversations like this, but I know for some people it does make them uncomfortable. I know it makes them uncomfortable because I am not saying what is popular. And I'm not going to conform to saying what's popular. I would rather not say anything at all. But I'm not going to shy away when having a conversation of saying how I really feel. I am not going to fake it to make it. And I'm not going to compromise your intelligence for no bull crap. Like I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to have somebody tell me, Auntie, I want you to review the show, and I just blindly review the show. I've got to look at it and see what count up the cost of what you have to do, which is where I feel like I am now. To create drama, to cause some people to get so involved with it, right, that they are ready to call a po-po, CPS, all kinds of stuff. Like people really get involved, and you feel for those people that get involved with that. Thank you so much, Epiphany Castro, for the $4.99 super chat. Much love and positive vibes to you. Thank you, boom. People really do get involved. Okay. So it was her first time, y'all. So she was confused about how to. to do anything. So is there anybody else that would like me to drop the link or whatever? Would y'all like me to just continue on? So for right now, I'm going to continue on, right? Let's finish talking about this. Let's wrap this conversation up. So it says on one stage, Roberta knew that Danielle would find it difficult to sleep alone, so she got her to share the bed with her and Garrick. Meanwhile, when Danielle went to get her things from her own room, Roberta and Garrick were quick to get intimate. Garrick obviously enjoyed the situation, but Roberta couldn't keep her mouth shut. On the latest episode of Seeking Sister Wives, she told Danielle what had happened. When Danielle did act like she was fine with this, she looked pretty sickened by the news. When she shared the same bed with them after they had been intimate, she became even more upset. Competition. Since Garrick and Roberta started their wedding plans, fans have noticed he barely acknowledges Danielle's presence because he infatuated with somebody else. Well, this is supposed to be the joining together of the three of them as a family. It's Garrick's wedding to Roberta. He clearly wants to make his new wife happy as they marry so she can get her K-1 visa. Now, I can't even read no more of it. I just can't be with it that way. But there's an appetite for people to see this. And there's nothing wrong with having an appetite for seeing stuff like this. But there's an appetite for people to see it. So if you say, okay, TLC, I want you to cancel it. I know that you've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in this, but I want you to cancel it because now I'm uncomfortable with something I watched. Now I'm uncomfortable with what you're showing me and what's happening in real life and how this person, but I had an appetite to watch this anyway. The other show, the new other show that's on, what is that? My Sisters, something Sisters. What is that cotton freaking show that's on here? That's just absolutely ridiculous. Where the sisters want to be pregnant by the same man. What's the name of that damn show? What is the name of that show? Let me find that damn show. What is the name of the damn show? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? The show with the two sisters, the Extreme Sisters. Who, who got an appetite for looking at that? When I saw advertisement on the television where it said these two damn sisters want the doctor to get them pregnant at the same time. Absolutely, Anne. The one smothered. I tried to review that. I started getting sick on my stomach. My daughter asked me, why are you looking at some book like that, Mom? I would rather look at an episode of Smothered. I mean, of Hoarders, where you know that these people got serious problems. Where you go up in their homes and you see that their homes is fucked up from the rooter to the tutor, from the carpet to the ceiling, because at least you know that this ain't fake and these people really got mental illness. At least you know There's something wrong with them. My 600 life, while some of it may be a little exaggerated to eat and stuff, you know these mofos is over 600 pounds because when they back that thing up on that scale, they's over 600 pounds, bitch. They ain't putting cement blocks on it. They're not putting nothing on it when they back that thing up. Thank you. Got my little shorts on and my long shirt. Thank you, boo. When they back that thing up, you know it's real. When you see the amount of food and all of that, that's real. I could do that. Yeah, some of the stuff, like I said, some of the food sessions may be a little bit, but these bitches got problems. And that's where you can you can roast and gag them, but at the end of the day, you really borderline rooting for them. You rooting for them, and a lot of times I get emotional about it because I be wanting the mofos to get the surgery, and then when they don't get the surgery and then they make all kinds of excuses, then you just be like, thank you, boo. I will. I'm going to still be doing that. I don't know if I believe this show, right? I don't know if I believe enough of it. That these people were like, my daughter and I was looking at it and we saw an episode of this girl that had, she had an addiction to eating the cushions out of, the cushions out of sofas. And we was fascinated. We couldn't get enough of it. But I don't know if I believe all of it enough to review it every week. I have been doing different things, Kelly Brown, on I've added my 600-pound life in. I am considering adding in some other shows. I've been looking at them and doing my research on them. I have another show that once I do my research on it and I look at it and I make an assessment on whether or not it's scripted or not scripted or has minimum interference from producers and stuff like that, then I'm into them. I'm on my other channel, Auntie's Advice Channel for Women. I'm not sure if you're a member over there, Kelly, but that one I'm doing the Web of Lies, and I'm doing true crimes and murder series. So please follow me over there because that stuff is real. They made up. And I have actually been enjoying doing those. Right now it is in its infancy stage. And so what I do, Kelly, is I go out, I put my makeup on, and we talk about true crimes. And I'm totally starting to get into that, and and trying to build my fan base for that. Oh, okay. If you tag me on Instagram, I probably didn't see it. I'll try to see it. Okay. That's what I believe too, Celeste. That it is fake. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying if I do it, I'm gonna have to do it directly after the show. And be hyped up about it, right? Because days later, like today is Wednesday, mm, no, Web of Lies is true. Web of Lies are true. Okay. She said, wait a minute, what? No, they're true. You can find all of it on thank you, Ray Della. This is where you all can find my new series. Oh no, where is it at? Okay, you'll tag me again. Thank you. This is where you all can find my new series, Auntie's Advice Channel for Women. Okay. That's my moderator, Ray Della Lewis. Okay. So that's where you can find those at. And I may end up bringing some of them, true crimes and stuff like that, to this channel as well. But it's very frustrating when you don't believe in something. It's very frustrating when you have the fans begging and begging and begging for change and not getting the change that they want. It's very frustrating when you have to look at hours and hours of it, because we have to look at hours and hours of it to do it. And it is not easy. Again, just Christine, please make sure that you go over to Auntie's Advice channel for women. That is where I will be doing my true crime. Now, if you all want me to do true crimes over here on this channel, I absolutely can bring it on there. I can bring it on here. I will as soon as I get to the episode. So, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Maybe I'll put a poll up and I'll ask you all, maybe I'll put a poll up and poll you all. Should I continue to do 90 Day Fiance? I think it's all phony. Even the stuff that's going on with Mike and Natalie, I think it's all some BS. Thank you, Miss M's. It's ISATJKAY. I love your double strands. Thank you. And thank you so much for the super chat, Miss M's. Thank you, Tiffany Dean. Sam, I am, again, I have mentioned before that I stopped doing those shows. At one point I was doing Married at First Sight, and I was also doing Real Housewives of Atlanta, but because it got so negative, and it takes a lot of energy from you to watch something and then to review it. I know it seems like it's easy, but on your psyche, it wears at you. A lot of people say, this ain't easy. This isn't easy. That's true and not true. To watch a show and come on and talk about it, that's easy. To give your opinion about something, that's easy for some people. The hard part is not allowing it to affect you. That's the hard part. Not allowing what you see to affect you. So, like, I can do 1,000 pounds, Sister Tammy Slayton. I think it's hilarious. I love watching it. I also like the Single Life. Now, I enjoy the Single Life. I think that's a good show. Truly enjoy it. Truly enjoy it. Thank you, Tanya Lewis, for the $4.99 Super Chat. 90 Day Fiance is truly fake, scripted. Adriana Love says, it's a shame because 90 Day would stay on top if they would get back to the realness. They've messed up a good thing and don't even realize it. I absolutely agree with that. So I'm going to set up a poll. Should I continue to do 90 Day Fiance? And see what you all think. If you miss it, if enough of you say, Auntie, I really want you to continue to do it, I will bite my tongue, swallow my pride, and continue to do it. But if enough of you say, Auntie, we don't want you to do anymore, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it. But I will add something else back in. I don't even miss it. Like I said, the singles life, I like that. And see, these shows that you talk about, B90, I don't like it. The Other Way, I love The Other Way. Even though I think it's fake, I love The Other Way. Absolutely, Tamika. I agree with you, Tamika. Yeah, a lot of people don't watch it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetie. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. It's really getting to the point where I don't know if I can do it. Not when I'm coming out to do a review and we end up having a conversation like this. It's got to be more. So, right now on my community page, so I'm putting a poll out here right now on my community page. So, there is now on my community page a post. I want you all to go to the community page and vote. It's a very simple poll. Should I continue to review 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After? Yes or no? And then the poll will stay up there and we'll make a determination. I'll make a determination. If enough of you all say yes, I will swallow my pride and I will get with the getting into it. Okay. I will do what it is that you all want me to do. So far, 40 seconds, 42 seconds ago, I put this poll out here. I want you all to know that it is already 78%. 78% of you have already said no. That was 42 seconds ago. 78% have spoken and said no. Let's refresh. Let's see what else. 1 minute ago, with 32 votes. 81% of you all. Hold on, let me get the camera to focus. Come on, camera, focus. 81% of you all with 32 votes have already said no. 19% have said yes. Let's refresh. 43% of you have voted. It is now at 77% no, 23% yes. And that's 1 minute of vote. Two minutes. 2 minutes of vote time. Should I continue? 76% no. So anyway, I've held you all up enough. Thank you all so much for letting me have this candid conversation with you. If you have been, I want to just say a special thank you to Denise, who allowed me to be able to, say what I wanted to say, and she was allowed to say what she wanted to say, and to have that constructive feedback and not be offended and think I'm being mean and I'm cussing her out and all that. Thank you for allowing me to be free. I started watching from 90 Day Fiance Reviews, but I could never support asking you to review a show that you don't enjoy reviewing. This is a family time for me since I'm basically alone. I don't know about y'all. Thank you so much, pretending I care. Thank you, boo. You sent a super chat, and did I miss it? Ray Della, did I miss a super chat? Because I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. Oh, I sure did. Thank you so much, Stephen LV1990 for the $5 super chat. My mom and I love watching you. Keep being you, Auntie. Thank you, Stephen. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm so sorry I missed your super chat, but you said you're going to get that. Hi, Mom. I love you, Mom. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate all the love and the support. I love when people watch as a family, husband and wife, girlfriends, mommy and son. I love it. Thank you all so much. I love when you refer your family and friends because truly we are a family. And I thank you also, just for allowing me to be me. Like I've been doing this on YouTube, like I said, 4 years. And I've been carrying, this show on my back for so long. And I would love to fall in love with it again. I would love for it to go back to what it originally was, but it doesn't seem like it's going to, right? It just doesn't seem like it. Thanks, Auntie and all. I hope you review whatever makes you happiest. Agree with you about negative show is why I refuse to pay for cable. Okay. We love you, Auntie. Don't you dare stop doing your videos. I am not going to stop doing videos. I'm just considering 90 Day. Excuse me, y'all got the hiccups. Thank you so much, Chit Chat, for the $4.99 super chat. I don't care what you review. I'm tuning in. It's you I love to watch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I got the hiccups. Thank you. I wonder if I'm growing. So let's go back before I end the live and let's see where the poll is. Let's see where the poll is. So it's been 5 minutes. There have been 80 votes. With 80 votes casted, we're at 75% no and 23% yes. The poll question is, should I continue to review 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After? And it looks like the mass majority of you are saying, hell to the no. Ann said, but TLC doesn't listen to the fans. If they did, we wouldn't have the same folks season after season on 90 Day Fiance. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Just Christine, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, boo. Comorbidity, Auntie, listen to what your body is telling you. Don't do it if it tears you down. Thank you, boo. Thank you. I appreciate that. 123 Godiva, the poll is on. So like, when you go to my home page and you see across the top of it, let me show you what it looks like. So when you go to the home page, hold on, let me go to the home page. And you see this up here. So you got the home, you got videos, right? You got community, and then you got membership, and then you got store, and then you got channels, and then you got about. When you click this community tab, right here, this tab that says community, that's where you find the community wall where I've posted different things. I'm sorry. Where I've posted different things. So if you go here, this is where you'll be able to cast your vote. So you will come right here to this. You will click on this, whether or not you're voting yes or whether or not you're voting no. So it's right at the home page, okay, boo-boo? Right at that home page. The Gobble Gobbler, thank you so much for the $3.99 celebrated. No, Auntie, don't leave me. 600-pound life is my fave. I am going to continue to do my 600-pound life. The only thing that is up in the air, the Gobble Gobbler, is HEA, happily ever after. Okay? I'm gonna have to find out where these things coming from. I thought I closed that window out. But anyway, y'all, so I'm going to end this live. I need to go to bed and I need to find out what is going on and why these things is coming in this room. I love you. They like little teeny gnats, like little itty titty gnats. And I think they coming through this cotton freaking window because I just sprayed a bunch of them, but a bunch of them are back. But anyway, I love you all to pieces and we will talk soon. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for the super chats.